Snow drifts silently across a frozen field near the German village of Holzheim. 90 rifles are raised. 90 fingers tighten on triggers. Leonard Funk stands alone. A German officer steps forward and jams the cold steel of an MP40 into Funk's stomach, hard enough to knock the air from his lungs, close enough that Funk can smell oil and sweat on the weapon. No one speaks. They expect begging. They expect fear. Instead, Funk lets out a sound no one expects, a chuckle. At first it's small, almost accidental. Then it grows, louder, sharper, a laugh, wild, uncontrolled, cutting through the winter silence. The German soldiers exchange confused looks. This isn't how prisoners act. The officer shouts something in German. The MP40 presses harder into Funk's gut. Funk keeps laughing. And just as one soldier starts to lower his rifle in confusion, Funk's hand drops towards his own gun. Cut to black. Leonard Funk doesn't look like a man built for moments like this. He's barely 5'5", compact, quiet, not imposing, the kind of soldier you might overlook in a lineup. But Funk has already learned something most men never do. He learns best when things are going wrong. On D-Day, his ankle is badly injured before he even reaches the beach. The pain is sharp enough to blur his vision. His boot fills with blood. He keeps going. Not because he's fearless, but because stopping isn't an option. He leads his men forward anyway, limping through chaos, bullets snapping past, knowing full well the odds don't favor him. That's his pattern. Outnumbered, hurt, cornered. That's where his mind sharpens. So when we return to that snowy field near Holzheim, understand this: Leonard Funk has already made peace with impossible situations. The capture itself is almost embarrassing in its simplicity. Funk and his small patrol are exhausted, cold, running on adrenaline and habit. Then they see them, soldiers in familiar uniforms, American uniforms. They relax. It's a ruse. The men approaching them aren't allies. They're Germans wearing stolen gear, moving confidently, casually, like they belong there. By the time Funk realizes the truth, it's too late. Weapons are stripped away. His men are disarmed and marched off under guard. Funk watches them go, knowing exactly what's happening. He's alone now. 90 Germans remain in the field, rifles ready, boots crunching in snow, breath steaming in the air. The math is merciless. 1 man, 90 enemies. The wind cuts through his jacket. His fingers ache with cold. Somewhere behind him, a rifle bolt clicks, slow, deliberate. This is the moment most men's minds collapse inward. This is the moment panic takes over. But Funk's mind does something else. It snaps. The laugh doesn't come from confidence. It comes from absurdity. The sheer, impossible ridiculousness of it all. The numbers, the cold, the certainty of death breaks the pressure in his chest. And once it starts, he can't stop it. The Germans freeze. This isn't bravery. This isn't defiance. This is wrong. Humans don't laugh when they're about to die. Confusion spreads faster than fear ever could. A second of hesitation. That's all Funk needs. His hand snaps down. His fingers wrap around his weapon. The first shot explodes into the air. Then, everything detonates at once. The Tommy gun roars. Snow erupts as bullets tear through the field. German soldiers shout over each other, conflicting orders, panic bleeding into their voices. Funk moves instinctively, sweeping fire, short bursts, no wasted motion. Men fall. Others dive for cover that isn't there. Some hesitate, still stuck on the image of a man laughing at death. That hesitation kills them. A grenade skids across the snow and explodes. Funk stumbles, feels a sharp impact in his side. Pain, heat, blood. But he doesn't stop. He reloads while moving. The laughter is gone now, replaced by pure, focused violence. Rifles crack back at him. Bullets snap past his head. One tears through his uniform. He keeps firing. 45 seconds. That's all it takes. When the gun finally clicks empty, the field is unrecognizable. Bodies lie scattered across the snow, dark shapes against white. Smoke drifts low, hanging in the frozen air. The shouting stops. Silence returns. Leonard Funk stands alone again, breathing hard, blood soaking into his clothes, snow melting beneath his boots. 21 German soldiers are dead. Dozens more are wounded, scattered, fleeing, or too stunned to move. The field that once held 90 armed men now feels empty. Later, when officers ask him about the laugh, about that moment, he shrugs. He doesn't dress it up. He doesn't turn it into a speech. "I just couldn't help it," he says. That's the truth. The laugh wasn't arrogance. It wasn't madness. It was the sound of tension snapping and confusion becoming a weapon. Because in war, firepower matters. Numbers matter. But sometimes the deadliest thing on the battlefield is a man who reacts in a way no one expects. Leonard Funk didn't overpower 90 soldiers. He bewildered them. And in those 45 seconds of chaos, confusion killed faster than fear ever could. If you want more stories where history feels unreal, moments where one decision rewrites the odds, subscribe to Mask of History. Because sometimes the most terrifying weapon is a man laughing at death.